Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Talk Before the Show. On today's episode, we go over everything you need to know about the fastest, richest, and best show in town. So, buckle up your 5-point racing harness, fuel up your tanks, and turn on launch control as we discuss what you need to know before the show about ModGear Season 2. The first thing I would like to talk about is, where does Season 2 come from? What's its origin? How did the show originally get its second season? So, after the events of Season 1, as you saw in Season Recap, we had Panda leaving not EXE headquarters, yeah, I'm funny. But we had Panda leaving ModGear HQ, going to a house, probably somewhere in the field or something. So Season 2 basically follows it up, saying ModGear's back in business, as it said in the trailer, and that there's new cars, new people, and more importantly, more and new fun. But a lot of Season 2's origin actually is based off the Forza Horizon series, with the idea of having fun, crazy, over-the-top testing and challenges, and more importantly, fun, exciting, and wickedly fast cars to throw around the track. So therefore, Season 2 ended up just getting developed because A, ModGear did very well in its first season, and B, there was just a lot more material that was present at the time to make a second season. The next thing I can talk about is the overall story, which I just kind of mentioned, but I'll sum it up briefly, is more just Panda. He's coming back to ModGear HQ. We're doing a whole another awesome fun time of reviewing cars. Pretty self-explanatory. I can also explain the maps that we're using for this thing, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be interested in, hey, what's this map? Or it'll be the same kind of things. So the big thing is the Futaro circuit is going to stay basically the same. So the original racetrack we were using in Season 1, it will be the same. Most of the maps that you saw in Season 1, like Forksville and the Genesis Dragway, all these places are going to stay relatively the same, with some added and extras for custom challenges and whatnot. And with that, I can explain the car list. Now, while I do not have the current car list on me, and I don't exactly remember all of the car lists off the top of my head, I can at least say that many of the cars going to be featured in this season are very, very cool. From the insane corn to the Jaguar F-Type to the absolute JDM legends like the Mazda RX-7, the Nissan Skyline GTR, and the Toyota Supra, to completely wicked fast machines like the Bugatti Veyron, the McLaren MP412C, and the Bugatti Zonda Cinque. So all of these cars are going to be featured in the show, and one of the big things regarding the cars is that each car will have its own unique test assigned to it. So for example, if you remember in Season 1 when we had the Citroen DS3 Rally, on episode, I believe it was episode 6 of the season, if I'm not mistaken, we had a specific test that required it like a Mario Kart start. Basically, that was a custom test themed for that car specifically, and pretty much every car this season will have its own unique test assigned to it. For example, one of the cars featured in this season is the Toyota Truno Apex, or Toyota GT86, or no, not GT86, the Toyota AE86, there we go. And because everyone knows that from Initial D, the Takumi Mobile, the Tofu Mobile, all that, it's going to have its own unique test somewhat related to that, so I'm not going to spoil too much of it, because I can't wait for that episode to come out live, so stay tuned for that. But every car will have its own unique test that's related to either some of its strengths, whether that be handling, speed, acceleration, that kind of thing. And with that, I can discuss the episode layout and season layout of the season. And as I said before, with season layout, again, ModGear is a season. It's going to be a pretty long one, actually, this one. Currently, ModGear is slotted for 16 total episodes, with the 17th special episode that's actually going to be premiering in Panda's Lost Episodes, so stay tuned for Panda's Lost Episodes when that comes out, because you'll see a ModGear special in there. But episode layouts, most likely, they will just include things. It'll start off with like a cinematic shot, because again, I said in, I believe it was Let's Talk ModGear last year, that ModGear Season 1 was supposed to have a lot more cinematic shots. So therefore, the show's going to have a lot more cinematic, not too much, but enough. So the episodes will open with cinematic shots of the car in question, the intro will play, you get like a little introduction to the car, maybe some fun facts, and then you'll go to your usual testing like top speed, braking, cornering, parallel park, and then some other smaller tests assigned to that car, and then of course the bump test, and then a track test. One of the big things this season's definitely going to aim for is that last season, you'll probably notice that there wasn't really a clear definition as to how long an episode was. And more importantly, for this season, I'm going to focus to try to make at least every episode at 20 minutes or over, but not over 30. So, you can take like 20 minutes to a half hour out of your day, and you can just, watch an episode. And speaking of that, I can now discuss the big elephant, literally the big elephant in the room, and that is the release date. When is the soonest that you can expect ModGear and all this stuff to be coming out? Well, as I said, the very first episode of the show is going to be premiering on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and every episode after that will be premiering once a week on Fridays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, as predicted. And regarding the ModGear special, which is actually going to be premiering in Panda's Lost episodes at some point, so you may want to keep up to date on Panda's Lost episodes to see that episode. But most likely that episode will premiere sometime during the halfway in between the season. But ModGear as of currently is technically slotted for 17 episodes this season, which is a pretty big number compared to the 12 episodes counting recap that was in last season. Hence why I'm counting recap as an actual episode. But yeah, I think with that is basically going to conclude this Let's Talk before the show. Very quick, shocking, I know how it's a very quick season with ModGear and cars, but it's very quick. I mean, let me tell you. So just to recap, I discussed the Season 2 origin of the show, how Season 2 came to be with the modding community providing lots more cars to review, and there was so much material I can do. And B, the support from the first season was just phenomenal, so thank you guys so much for that. I discussed, again, the story of the show, what's the kind of background of the entire season as a whole, some of the maps that are going to be used and whatnot. I discussed the car list, some of the cars that are going to be featured, why they're going to be featured, and how they're going to how every car is going to have a very unique challenge assigned to them. For example, like the Takuma's Fury, AE86, the Tofu-mobile, you can see where that's going. I discussed the episode layout and how every episode is going to be over 20 minutes, and it's going to follow a very set kind of pattern. And I also laid out how many episodes are going to be this season, how to split the ModGear special, all that good stuff. And I also discussed how the release date for the very first episode will be February 14th on Valentine's Day. A little Valentine's Day present to all of you guys. So anyway, with that is going to conclude Let's Talk Before the Show. This is basically the last Let's Talk Before the Show, so hopefully the next video you guys see should be a good video because we'll be getting back to content very soon. So anyway, with that is going to conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm PandaPowerSauce, and remember to stay saucy. Bye-bye.